Hey, welcome back to our how-to series. It's our final one for the year, so we thought we would do something a little bit different today. But first of all, I am Tim from Eat Media.
And I'm Inika from Ambition Social.
So we were chatting about doing a bit of like a quick fire, kind of like 10 questions, just sort of get to know who we are or a bit about what we do with our line of work.
Yes, because we do a lot of talking, but we probably haven't shared much about who we are when the cameras are not rolling. So we thought this would be fun.
Today's the day. Good way to do it for the last one for the year.
Yep, and you have not seen any of my questions, and I definitely haven't seen yours. So this is going to be fun.
And we know that because we've only just finished writing them.
Yeah.
Who's going to go first?
I'll throw them at you first.
All right. Well, you answered my question, so sort of you went first. But
yeah, sorry. Good point. Good point.
Away we go.
These are quick fire.
That was like one of those like, can I ask you a question? You already did. All right, what have we got?
So these are quick fire. So the idea is as quick and concise as answer as possible.
Okay.
Some of them are going to throw you.
Okay.
Number one, what is your favourite day of the week and why?
Friday. I love Fridays. It's just the exciting day. Why? Because it's exciting. You know you've got the whole weekend ahead of you and you're feeling accomplished for the week.
Cool. That was pretty concise. What is your social media pet peeve?
My social media pet peeve is that I love things to be in landscape, movies, TV, and because of social media, everything's in portraits. That is my pet peeve.
Yeah, good one. You handled that very well. Why did you start Eat Media? Why did you start your own business?
I didn't start it. My lovely wife, Jess, that is standing behind the camera over there, started Eat Media. It was originally a social media company creating content for cafes, and it evolved into a video production and photography business.
Amazing. I've learned something. I didn't know that. That's really cool. I knew about your origins, but not about the fact that the lovely Jess started it. So that's fantastic.
At the time, I had just finished acting on Neighbours, and I was working as a landscape gardener. So, yeah.
Another fact that I'd forgotten about. Wow, these tips are already delivering all of the interesting info. That's amazing. Okay, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
It's okay on a cold pizza, but not on a hot one.
Oh, that's a very specific answer. Good one. And to completely throw you in the other direction, what is your definition of success?
Definition of success for me would be having a good work-life balance with the work stress of making sure enough work and income is coming in doesn't factor into the life.
Yeah.
And enjoying obviously enjoying the life side of thing, but enjoying the type of work that I'm doing. So keeping it creative and rewarding. Amazing.
This is good. Best job that you've ever worked on, and this can be either in front of or behind the camera.
Best acting job would be a video game that I did back in 2011, motion capture. That's just always remained the top dog. But then in saying that, I've worked on some really amazing projects since then, that have all been rewarding in their own way. But as far as videography, I work with the same clients all the time, so I love working with all the clients that I work with. As far as like sort of going back to the cinematic, I know this answer's getting a bit longer.
I was going to say.
Okay, good. I like being cinematic. It's really cool being able to stretch that muscle with the work I do with Jack Wagner in Kangaroo Island and Troy Goldsworthy in York Peninsula. We get to get a little bit cinematic.
Cool.
I got the wrap up then. Amazing.
Shout out to Jack. If you could have any other job in the world, so if you weren't a videographer / actor / what would it be?
I don't know. I have to do a creative job, and I don't know how I could make an income without it being acting or videography.
It's pretty
editing
cool answer.
Related.
Yep. So you're basically working in your dream roles.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Fantastic. What is your superpower?
My superpower. I would like my superpower to be that people can feel comfortable with me, particularly on a working level. I think I would like, that would make me feel comfortable if I knew I was making others feel comfortable.
And I can attest to that because obviously we work together regularly, and you do have this way of making people feel comfortable on set.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah, I would agree that is
you.
definitely a superpower, and well done for recognising that.
Cool.
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Probably, I'm a bit of a fanboy for Peter McKinnon on YouTube. He started off sort of like tutorials, vlog style, and now he's basically like just creates these mini films. So he's probably my biggest inspiration
I haven't heard of him.
front.
I have to look him up.
Yeah. I'll send you some links. His work is just wicked. And then I don't have a good answer for the acting front.
Yeah.
I just love watching good work.
I thought you were going to say Samuel James Clark.
He is my acting inspo. I want to act with Sam one day. We have both been actors. This is Inika's brother and one of my best mates from high school. We have both been actors for a couple of decades, and I don't think ever really worked on the same thing. I don't think the musical at school, Paris, counts because I was statue number 3. And he was Achilles. So we need to get that back, get that happening.
Statue number 3, that's amazing.
Not even statue number 1.
Yeah. And finally, what's your drink of choice?
Good question. I'm a beer guy. I love a refreshing beer, and I assume you're talking like fun drinks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, otherwise celery juice.
Not like green smoothie or
'Tis the festive season. A lovely cold beer.
I was going to say craft beer or your standard.
I don't mind just a beery beer, but craft beer is delicious. Pirate Life South Coast is a pretty good go-to.
Fantastic.
Port Adelaide.
Amazing. You survived that exceptionally well because I threw some curveballs there. So
good questions.
Well done. Yeah. Well, thank you. I thought they were.
Can we take a break so we can amend your questions? All right, it's my turn.
Okay.
Inika,
Ready.
your 10 questions. Keeping them brief, and I'll cut you off if they're not. But if I'm liking the answer, I'll let you go. So, what's your favourite thing to do on your day off? On a day off?
Pilates / walking with my 2 miniature schnauzers and coffee at Pave Cafe in Norwood.
Nice. Are they miniature?
They are miniature. So there's miniature, standard and giant. So they're 2 minis.
Oh, there you go. Oh, fun fact. Now I'm learning something. Yeah. What's your morning motivation routine? Do you have one?
I have a very strict morning routine. So I take the dogs for a walk, always have a proper breakfast, and have a coffee and some downtime before I start my day.
Nice. 2 little sub-questions. What's the breakfast?
Breakfast at the moment is like a breakfast bowl. So some yogurt, protein powder, nuts and seeds, fruit. Prior to that, when it was colder, it was some oats. So I love my oats in winter, but again with fruit, nuts and seeds.
Yeah, yum. And how much downtime do you need?
In the morning, so I have quite a bit. So because I know that if I take the dogs for a walk and actually eat a proper breakfast, then I can start the day ready to talk to my clients. So it's several hours before I actually start my day. I'm not a get out of bed, roll out of bed and jump into a Zoom meeting. That'll never happen with me because I know that I don't show up as my best.
Nice, good stuff.
You've got to have a proper breakfast.
So morning person or night owl? I think we know the answer.
Morning person. At the moment though, I'm just both. I'm everything.
What led you to start Ambition Social?
So it happened very naturally. I've always had people coming to me asking me for marketing advice. So I used to work as a marketing manager, and then I got a role as CEO of the Master Landscapers of SA. And when I left that job, it was a very natural progression to start my own business and to be able to help businesses on a larger scale. So help more businesses with their marketing.
Yeah, nice. What is your go-to podcast or podcast style?
Well, okay, so I'm a true crime person. It's either true crime or business, so it depends on what mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood to absorb more information, then Diary of a CEO. That said, though, that's sort of trending away from business, more into a relationship and health podcast. But that's a really good one. Otherwise, lots of true crime, like Case File. is a favourite of mine, which is an Aussie podcast. And all the Australian newspaper true crime shows like The Teacher's Pet and all that sort of thing. I absorb lots of crime. It helps me switch my brain off.
Yeah, nice.
Listening to about murder and
good.
child abductions and things.
Nothing more relaxing.
I know,
right?
it's just...
Well, you and Jess can chat about true crime after this.
Yeah.
Then, where do you see ambition in 5 years' time?
It's a really good question. In 5 years' time, I'd like to have a group of clients that I've worked with for many years that I'm supporting through various stages of their business growth. I form really strong relationships with my clients. I'd also like to be producing a lot more content. So I'd like you and I to be shooting lots of videos, whether it's for this series or for my business or both. I'd like to be upping the amount of content I produce.
Yeah,
because
cool.
I think there's a lot of possibilities in that area.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that would be my dream. In 5 years' time, I'm working with a great group of clients and producing lots of content to help business owners with their marketing.
How cool. What a cool thing to look back on one day, potentially. Right now we're doing bundles and how-to tips. And 5 years from now, who knows what it could be.
And you'll be going, Inika, I need to employ 5 people just to keep up with the editing for you, for your content. That would be cool.
Sounds likely. Would you, if you had to do any other type of work, what would you do?
I wanted to be a vet when I was younger. I love animals. And so I think, but the problem is, I'm like you, I have to be creative. So even though the idea of a vet, I love that idea, or a zoologist or something to do with animals, I'm always drawn back to the creative. And that's how I ended up doing what I do, is because I've got a massive creative need. So yeah, it's the vet animal side is probably not creative enough for me.
Yeah, cool. Do you think one of the major social media platforms that we use day to day, do you think any of those could be gone one of these days?
What an amazing question. So I think that Facebook is becoming less and less relevant as a platform, as in I think that in its current form, it might merge into something completely different. It's not going to go anywhere. It is the biggest social media platform in the world, but I feel like its relevancy is drastically decreasing. So it'll morph into something else that's a lot more relevant. That's what I think.
Okay. Yep. Cool. I want to throw in one more, a yes/no question. Have you heard of Vero?
No.
Interesting. Beverage, vodka or gin?
Gin, hands down. Used to be
Hands
vodka
down.
when I was in my 20s. Definitely not anymore. I'm now gin. Gimlet cocktail.
Nice. Well, we're having an Eat Media Ambition Christmas drinks on Friday, so gin it is.
Gimlets and Pirate Life South Coast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or a Negroni.
What's your drink of choice, Jess?
Generally red wine, but I love a Negroni, love a dirty martini.
Amazing.
Yeah, nice. Rounds, here they come. And another little bonus question. Have you ever acted with your brother Sam?
Yes, no. So this is the best story. I say yes and no because I'm very proud of this moment. Sorry, Sam. But I was in a Ford Ranger commercial when I was about 14 or 15. And both my brother and I tried out for the brother and the sister.
Yeah.
And I got the role, and a kid called Tom played my brother.
No way.
Yeah.
Far out.
Since then,
Poor
obviously, Sam has eclipsed my acting. But in the moment, I thought it was funny that, he didn't get cast as my brother.
And that would have shaped him as an actor from that moment on.
Gave him the motivation that he needed to succeed from there. Yeah.
Then one more bonus question. Have you ever portrayed a statue?
I was statue number 2. No, I'm kidding.
It was you.
I've never played a statue.
Well, I can give you some tips later if you need them.
Wow, it's uncanny.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we have pretty much smashed out 20 questions, 10 each.
How did I go? Was I concise?
You
enough?
won. You won your category.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know I was in a competition, but that's great.
You beat all the other Inikas. Another fun fact as well. Premier always likes to write Inika as Annika.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Have you ever tried to say my name to Siri?
No.
No, yeah, if you try, you have to pronounce it very differently.
How do you pronounce it for Siri so that she will know?
Iniki. Iniki.
Oh, yeah, I've heard her
text
say
Iniki,
it. Yeah.
Or she'll say, Iniki sent you a text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you so much for watching us throughout the year. Hopefully you've enjoyed these tips as much as we've enjoyed making them.
It's been a real thrill. This is fun.
It has.
I love these.
And have a fantastic holiday for those of you. I know a lot of our followers will be taking time off over Christmas.
Yep. Enjoy that break. And we'll be back next year with more of the how-to series. We'll probably reflect on how this has been and maybe tweak things for the new year. But look forward to coming back. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a comment if you're liking these. Hit the like button or share with someone that might appreciate this kind of content.
Merry Christmas. See you next year.
Bye.
Opportunity lost to have not said Merry Christmas from me and Aniki.
Oh, yes.